loose forward.
Yes.
Just your thinking behind that, and is there anything wrong with Carl Brink or some of the other more experienced loosies?
Carl has got a knee that we're resting, so on medical advice we're not considering him. And yeah, on your first question, it's fantastic to play the youngsters. You know, I was initially very down with the Currie Cup in the first 3-4 games, but now realizing it's a brilliant opportunity to play them at a reasonably high level, because it's not a bad Western Province team that they're playing against. So how can you judge them for Super Rugby? It's very hard in pre-season. Now they really got to go on the pitch and show it. But they did show us in the 21 and under 19 competition in the last 2 years that they're the future. So I'm very excited about the youngsters. There's 7 of them in total who are still under 21, which must be a record for any Currie Cup team.
For sure.
Yeah. So
you're in 4th place though, with 2 games to go. Tough games, you know. Some people would say you've possibly taken quite a gamble with your position on the log, or don't you see it that way?
No, I don't see it that way. It's more important for me to prepare for Super Rugby. Not that we're not seeing the Currie Cup is very important, but seeing where if you look at the whole thing in perspective, where we started. Walter did remind me that at the stage it was 0 out of 3. So, it's nice that we had those 3 wins on the trot. Pity about the last one, but we put that one in the fridge.
How difficult, you know, because almost every game there's new faces and so on. From a coaching point of view and to get continuity, how difficult is it from your point of view to get the guys gelling together? And
yeah, luckily Christo, the tight 5 is still there.
Yeah. The
halfbacks are there, the same centre pairing and the same wings and fullback. So it's just a change on the loose forward, really.
Yeah.
That we're doing it. But you know, our system that we did work on in the last 5 years is we're trying to have the same style of play in 19 and 21 and senior. So when players come up and down, it's normally not a problem.
And what's your message to the guys? Is it almost like, is it like must win in a way with these last 2, or do you say, listen, just go out and play? If we don't make the semi-finals, it's not the end of the world. Is that the way you tell it to them or not?
Obviously, we want to win and do well
for
our supporters and our sponsors, but the big picture is definitely more important. Have fun, play, enjoy, see if you can stick a claim down for Super Rugby selection.
So, sorry, no. It's happened at least twice now. Against Province at Nederlands, and last weekend where you said you guys played all the rugby and they scored all the points. How do you fix that?
I must say, good question. Against the Sharks, we didn't tactically play well whatsoever. We didn't prepare for wet. According to the weather conditions, would have been clear up by 2 o'clock the afternoon. So it kept on raining, and we didn't prepare well for that. We've really blooded the guys to play a running game, and when we had to adapt to a kicking game, we didn't adapt well. So. But apart from that, I think the guys that came into the system understand what we want, you know. But if it rains again, I see it's just a thunderstorm. It might be a thunderstorm. Then we've learned a few lessons in Durban.
The coach bringing the new the guys on the match. Do you think that they will be ready for this big match?
What I've found with all my years working with guys at the academies and stuff, and my years back at Greek, was I've learned one lesson: if you're old, good enough, age doesn't really matter. So you got to blood them. So I'm not too worried about that. You know, if you look at most of our youngsters, like Achieva and those kind of guys, he's just battling a bit of a stomach bug. He didn't train today. That's why hopefully he'll make it. But I've got backup for him in that regard.
So, looking at your current position and the matches that are left, do you go all out playing good rugby, or no matter how it is that you get points, you're just going to get points?
We're just going to do what we do. We always say from the word go 5 years ago, we want to play to score tries and we want to inspire people and thank God for our talent. So we're just going to stick to that. You know, that's not a cliche. It's really, we had to remind the guys on Monday again about these 3 things. I don't want them to play, especially having 7 and 21s with fear. as soon as there's fear, there's tightness, and you make mistakes, they got to play. Throw the shackles off and play. You know, that's what we want.
Swys, can you just maybe go through the list or whatever and tell us who are the guys in this 22 who are still under 21 or under 19?
I've got my left angle right here with me, honor me. If I make a mistake, let's just see there. Peter Jansen is 22. The under 21 guys are Len Massain.
Bradley. No,
Yeah, I'll go down on the list. De Villiers, he's Picky, his nickname. And then you've got Marco Jansen van Vieren. Then you have, he's only 22 up here, but then you have, let's just go down here. Reino Herbst, Achiva, Bradley, and Jan Louis.
Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 under 20.
So 4 of them are 20. and
Yeah, but
3
all
of them
7
are
are still eligible to play under 21.
So all of them are eligible for under
All of
21.
them.
Yeah, so
So it's
Herkie is playing down in Durban now in an hour's time, the under 21 coach, and then my son is doing the under 19, and they're not happy with me because, you know, they had to go and find schoolboys.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that's good. It's good for the system.
Okay.
Swys, something that stood out for me so far in the Currie Cup is that it just looks like our back line is not gelling like they did in Super Rugby. Have you guys analysed it and tried to get to the bottom of why this is happening?
Yeah, no, you're right. We were not too bad against the Griquas and the Bulls. We were bad against the Sharks, so the curve was up. But I must say we've got 4 Springboks starting, so it is a void to fill, you know, and it is a new halfback pairing. It's just still the same 2 centres, but then we've got Kortnels, Kusan, and Komrink in Japan, and Andries out. So, and Lionel Mapo, our star 13, is in Japan as well. So it's a new back line. Where the forwards are a bit more experienced with Andries and Jacques and Robbie, there's a bit more of that. But you'll see hopefully now that we're focusing again on just playing and using the ball better, not just going to kick it silly away.
So, I mean, it's looking ahead, but guys like Kombrink, Jakub Kriel, even Whiteley now, but I mean, he's obviously on the mend, I would imagine. But you're going to almost be in a situation for the start of next year's Super Rugby. It's going to be touch and go for a few of your key players, whether they're going to be available. And then you're obviously going to have all these guys on the end of year tour that could also maybe pick up injuries. So is it a bit of a concern for you looking ahead to next year?
I think that'll put the whole thing in perspective, why I went for all these youngsters, exactly on the names that you mentioned. Apiwe, a young Apiwe to cover for a Komrink, Len Massain, De Villiers, and Achiva to cover for a Kriel and a Whiteley. So yeah, it was exactly there's a bit of method in my madness there.
Just on those 2 youngsters that's playing flank for you on Sunday, Massain and De Villiers, are they both local guys? Are they what are they like? Are they big guys? Can you see? So the one guy's nickname is Picky, so he's either very big or small.
You know, the Afrikaans guy's got a thing when you big,
tiny,
they call it tiny.
Yeah.
Or you're tall, they call him shorty, but he's Picky. He said his mom called him Pikkewankie when he was small, so don't write that, you'll enjoy me saying that. Yeah, no, it's they're good. They're good players. They're from Monash, Hoërskool Elderrein. Achiva is from Jeppe, and they local boys. It's nice.
Yeah, all 7 of these youngsters we were talking about comes through our junior systems.
All of them.
All of them.
I must say, I'm thanking now at this stage. I'm thanking Bart and the high performance guys for great recruitment. You know, the under 19s and under 21s are the current national champs. So it makes it easier for us to bring those youngsters up.
What that fly off that you mean, is it similar line? What?
Wandisile.
He's a centre. He's brilliant as well.
Yeah.
The only thing why I didn't pull centres up, we've got Harold.
No, sure,
yeah, but Jan Louis is still under 21 and he's a 13 and a 14.
Okay.
So we've got a few good youngsters waiting in the ranks.
So, weather permitting, do you see the same scenario playing off 13 tries at Loftus? Both teams maybe Sunday also going for a free-flowing game?
I think so, yeah. Seeing the way that they played and the way we want to play, it might be a high-scoring game. You're 100% right. We need to show the crowds again that we want to play.
Can you kindly take us through the change room during practices and what goes on, the mood, the atmosphere regarding the players?
More during now in the change room or half time or what?
Firstly, change room, half time, and after the game. What's the mood like?
I think what we try and do is try and keep us a very relaxed mood. The emphasis is on the process and not to think too far ahead. So basically, you know, that was to create a relaxed, positive, confident atmosphere. That's what we aim at most of the time. Not to put pressure. Pressure is a killer. And then the most important, not to feed too much info. It's like when you write the exam, you know, you can't just before the exam, you give him his peace time, his quiet time. And then depending, I have to answer your question, and half time depends on the game. You know, my biggest thing from being the attack coach, I look for spaces. So you want to share that information at half time and give the defence coach JP a chance, and you take it from there. But basically, is to get a focused calmness, to reset, to always 0.0, you know, turn the clock back. That's basically what we do.
Okay. And the youngsters, how are they taking instructions?
Very well, very well. Thank you.
Just
on,
I mean, you've now been head coach for what's it, couple of months almost. You know, you've had time to. How do you find the job and so on?
Honestly, all my life, I was fortunate. I was head coach at the academy and high performance coach. I was in a head coach role apart from the 5 years with Akkers, where I had to be his deputy, and loved it. So yeah, it's just back I'm comfortable with that. I've got a very good backup team from our management, Rudolf Stroley from the top. You know, Victor is the consultant with the lineouts, and JP, my right hand man now, he's doing a marvelous job. Cash, the training part of system, you know. No, we've got a good management. I'm looking forward to the future. It was, I must just say again, it was for all of us a massive challenge to start 4 games behind in a campaign. It was a massive challenge. You know, you've got the stats. It was, they were all ahead of us. We were stone last at the stage, and so that was a big challenge. And I think they've stepped up. So let's finish well.
By when are you likely to hear if Victor Matfield will stay on for next year? Is that something that's been discussed?
Yeah, no, he's appointed. He's been appointed as consultant, and most probably will carry on in the role as consultant. Okay. Yeah, with his very busy schedule, it was never the deal that he's just full time with us. It was he's been appointed as a consultant, and I think he'll carry on that role. I hope so.
So having known Akkers for so long, 5-6 years.
Many more. We come from Greek days.
Do you still have contact with each other? Maybe swap.
Yes, yeah, we do, especially with just with WhatsApp and stuff, and encourage a bit here and there and give advice. And Fafi was naughty against him there the weekend. So yeah, but I must say I miss him. I can say it publicly. I miss the partnership. Yeah.
What happened with Faf?
Faf played for Sale Sharks and they pumped them 57-15 or something for Gloucester. Yeah.
Oh,
but before then they had 2 good wins. So, but Fafi can do it to you.
He also scored a try.
Yeah. That's why they paid him top dollar.